broadband is really essential for Europe. It is needed for everything from remote learning, remote working, healthcare, and even entertainment. However, the problem is that private operators cannot always invest in all the possible areas. And these are the so-called market failure area or area in digital divide. This is where a well-targeted public intervention can really make the difference. I would define this handbook as a sort of comprehensive resource with a list of relevant questions that everybody investing in broadband should ask himself and should try to find the right answer. Now, in this handbook, we try to provide answer, but more than answer, pros and cons of every possible option that the broadband investor will have to decide about. This guide targets mainly public authority. Some of the source of financing involve state aid. And this is where the guide is really, I would say, unique in this, because it provides a lot of practical explanation on how state aid can be used and can bring to an effective deployment of broadband network. It relies on the experience gained by the Commission in assessing many broadband projects. The start is really an effective national, regional, local broadband plan. But then when it goes to the implementation, one essential question is what resource need to be put in place. So there are three main investment models plus one. The first investment model is the so-called direct investment model, where a public authority decides to build and operate a network. The network remains in the ownership of the public authority. Another possible investment model is the operator subsidy model, or how we call it in state aid, the gap funding model. So basically, a public authority do not build the network, but provide a subsidy to an operator to be able to turn a business plan that was not viable in something that is viable. With a public contribution, an operator built a network, operate it, and of course commercially exploit it. The ownership of the network remains with a private operator. The third investment model is a bit of a mix of these two, where it's a concessionaire model in which a public authority builds the network and of course owns the network, but then do not manage, do not operate the network, but rather tender out the operation of a network that is given to a concessionaire, to an operator that plays the role of a concessionaire. The last is a bit peculiar investment model. It's called the bottom-up approach, in which a local community joins force with a bottom-up approach to deploy the network and operate it. There are areas in which the current operator are not providing the quality of service that is needed, I would say already now by citizens, but even more by the end of a decade. By the end of a decade, the Commission has the objective to provide all citizens with 1 gigabit connectivity. And there are still areas in which we are talking about megabit and not really hundreds of megabit.